Everyone treats 3x10 like it's carved into stone tablets. Every beginner program, every muscle building article, it's the default answer to everything. But here's the truth. It's just a meme. And like every meme, it's not based on anything real. And people will argue for hours about whether 3x10 is better than 4x8 or if 5x5 builds more muscle. But here's the thing nobody tells you. 3x10 got popular because magazines needed filler content and physical therapists needed something safe for rehab. Not because it was optimal, because it was convenient. So now you've got lifters constantly chasing new schemes instead of asking the question that actually matters. The real question isn't what sets and reps should I do? It's how much total work am I doing per week? How close to failure? And how am I progressing? Because here's what the research shows. Sets and reps are just containers for dose. You can use heavy 5s, moderate 10s, or high rep 15s. The rep range doesn't matter much. What matters is hitting your weekly target. If you need 20 hard sets per week for your legs, you could do 5 sets 4 times a week, or 7 sets 3 times a week, or 10 sets twice a week. Same dose, different containers. Your muscles don't count sets and reps. They respond to total mechanical tension over time. So in this video, I'm showing you the 4 variables real lifters actually track instead of obsessing over magic numbers. And by the end, you'll have a framework you can use for years, not another template you'll abandon in 6 weeks. So what does determine muscle growth? Here's what $50 million in research actually shows. You need somewhere between 10 and 20 hard sets per muscle per week to maximize growth. Not 10 exactly, not 20 exactly, a range. Because beginners might do great at 8 sets, advanced lifters might need 25. And rep ranges? Studies show 5 reps to 30 reps per set build similar muscle, as long as we're close enough to failure. So 8 to 12 for hypertrophy isn't special. It's just convenient because it's easy to feel the muscle working and hard to screw up the form. What matters is effort. Being within 0 to 3 reps of failure on most working sets is where the majority of growth happens. Too far from failure, like 5 or 6 reps left in the tank, and you're basically doing cardio with weights. And that's why people spin their wheels for years. They're doing the perfect rep scheme with the wrong effort level. This is the difference between making progress for years versus plateauing in 6 months. But grinding every set to complete failure, most lifters can't sustain that without their performance falling off a cliff. Here's the other thing research shows. Lower reps 3 to 6 with heavier loads build more strength because of neural adaptation. Moderate reps 6 to 15 are the easiest for accumulating volume. They're joint friendly. Higher reps 15 to 30 work best for smaller muscles, weak link areas, or when you're training with limited equipment. So the simple version, pick a weekly set range that fits your recovery. Pick a rep range that your joints like. Then push most sets to within 0 to 3 reps of failure. That is the dose. Now let's talk about how to organize it. Real lifters don't program by muscle groups, they program by movement patterns. Because here's what happens when you train by patterns. You hit each muscle multiple times per week without even thinking about it. Your quads get work from squats and lunges. Your lats get hit from rows and pull-ups. Squat, hinge, horizontal push, horizontal pull, vertical pull. For most people, 4 to 6 key patterns per week covers 80% of your training needs. Then you can decorate with accessories where you need them. Calves, arms, rear delts, and here's where that 10 to 20 set range from research comes in. For each pattern, you're aiming for 8 to 16 hard sets per week. So for your squat pattern, maybe 3 to 4 sets twice a week, plus a single leg accessory session. That puts you right in the effective range without overthinking it. Or your horizontal push, bench press twice a week, plus some push-ups or dips. 8 to 16 total sets, done. And different patterns work better in different rep zones. Squats and hinges, 5 to 8 reps on your main lifts keeps your joints happy and the weights heavy enough to build strength. 8 to 12 on accessories. Presses and rows, 6 to 12 reps, easy to control, plenty of tension. Isolation work and weak link areas, 10 to 20 reps. Your tendons and joints stay healthier and you get more local fatigue where you need it. But here's the most important part. Volume only counts if your reps meet your technical standard. No caving knees, no brutal spinal extension, no shrugging every press. If you can't maintain mechanics, that set doesn't count as hard volume, it's junk work. So now you've got the framework, patterns, weekly dose per pattern, and execution standard, but you're still missing one thing. What exactly should you be tracking? Here's what you track instead of asking, should I do 3x10 or 4x8? 1. What pattern am I trading? 2. How many hard sets per week? 3. How close to failure am I pushing? And 4. What's my progression rule? That's it. 4 variables, not some magic set and rep scheme. Let me show you what this looks like. Squat pattern, 2 days per week. Day 1, front squat, 4 sets of 5 to 7 reps at your target reps in reserve. Day 2, goblet squat or Hatfield squat, 3 sets of 8 to 12, same effort level. Total weekly sets, 7. If your recovery is good, you can build up to 10 or 12 over time. Or take your horizontal push pattern, 3 to 4 sets of bench at 5 to 8 reps, 3 sets of an incline dumbbell press at 8 to 12 reps, then 3 sets of push-ups or machine presses at 10 to 15 reps. You're hitting multiple rep zones while keeping the same reps in reserve target. Same framework. This is what goes at the top of your training log, not some Instagram routine you'll abandon in 3 weeks. Which brings us to the last piece, how to actually progress. Most people don't need a complicated progression scheme. They need one simple rule and the discipline to follow it for 8 to 12 weeks. Here's the easiest one, double progression. Pick a rep range, say 6 to 10. When you can hit the top of that range for all your sets, at your target reps in reserve, add a small amount of weight next session. Week 1, you hit 60-pound dumbbells for 10, 9, 8. Week 2, you got 10, 10, 10. Week 3, you move to 65s. That's it. Reps first, then load. Or if you want to keep some heavy work without grinding every set, use top sets plus back offs. One heavier top set in a lower rep range, 4 to 6 reps, then 2 to 3 lighter back off sets at 8 to 12. You get strength work without destroying yourself. But here's the most important thing about progression. Pick just one rule and run for it for at least 8 to 12 weeks before you change anything else. Because that's how you know if it's actually working. Now let's talk about the mistakes that derail most people before they get there. Mistake number 1, chasing variety instead of progression. 8 different rep schemes in 8 weeks with 0 actual overload. You're not confusing your muscles, you're just spinning your wheels. Pick one progression rule and stick with it. Don't chase variety. Mistake number 2, always training to failure. Feels hardcore, but it tanks your performance and recovery. Most of your work should be 1 to 3 reps shy of failure. And be honest about it. If you could have done 3 reps more, it wasn't 0 reps in reserve. Save true failure for 1 or 2 final sets on safe isolation lifts. Mistake number 3, no weekly view. You're only thinking about today's workout instead of your total dose for the week. Start your planning by writing down weekly sets per pattern, then divide them across your training days. And the last mistake, ignoring joint feedback. Forcing 5x5 on movements that feel terrible. If an exercise hurts, that's not weakness, that's information. Change the rep zone or the exercise choice before you just grind through pain. One more thing, if you can't add weight after 3 sessions at your top rep range, drop the load to 5% and rebuild. That's not failure, that's smart strength programming. So if you avoid those mistakes and follow the framework, what does it look like when you put it all together? Here's the active wave framework in one breath. Pick your patterns, 4 to 6 movements that cover your whole body. Assign weekly hard sets. Start around 8 to 12 per pattern. Choose rep zones that your joints and technique like. Heavy work, 5 to 8. Moderate, 6 to 12. High rep isolation, 12 to 20. Use reps in reserve as your effort governor. 0 to 3 reps shy of failure on most working sets. Pick one progression rule, double progressions or top set plus back offs, and run it for at least 8 to 12 weeks. That's what real lifters use instead of asking the internet if 3x10 is better than 4x8. And look, if you've been doing 3x10 and making progress, keep doing it. You're already tracking dose and effort, even if you didn't know it. This framework just makes it explicit. I've built you guys 3 plug and play templates using this exact system: beginner, intermediate, and busy lifter. They're free in the description. Download them, plug in your lifts, and you'll have your next 12 weeks programmed by tomorrow. Start with one pattern. Pick your weakest movement and nail the progression rule for 4 weeks. Then add the others. Drop a comment telling me which pattern you're most excited to program. I read all of them. And stop following memes, start following a system.